How's it going, everyone? I'm Contemption, and today we're going to have a short video about Eulji. Going to get through the intro right now and just quickly go over what I like about him, what I don't like about him, and how I use him in Rise of Kingdoms. Here we go. Okay, so Eulji is a bit of an interesting commander. He is not somebody I use early game besides in Sunset Canyon, and the only reason I use him in there is his primary skill is pretty good. And I say pretty good because it's lacking area of effect damage. Now, it does do a lot of debuffs. 30% decrease in defense is actually really big, especially early game where people lack pretty much every statistic you can have. And I think that's very strong, especially in Sunset Canyon. But for open field fighting, which is really what I base my opinion off. So if you're looking for garrison or rally commander opinions, unfortunately, I don't have very good ones on those because I am a field fighting player. That is where I excel, and that's what I enjoy the most. So what I'm going to talk about is Eulji at a field level capacity. And really, I don't use him much. I think you can use him early KVK, maybe pre-KVK when you're, having some civil war in Home Kingdom. He could be decent, but I don't think you should spend Universal Sculptures on him. I don't think you should spend Experience Tomes on him. If you're running lots of Guardians, absolutely bring him with you. You can level him up that way. He's not terrible. What he lacks as well is the talent tree. Now, first thing we're going to go over is Civilization, because Eulji comes from, where is he here? Korea. Now, again, with Sun Tzu having archers as a special unit, Eulji as well has archers as a special unit. Why? I do not know, because he is an infantry commander. However, he does have some decent buffs. When you're talking about research speed plus 3%, when you're doing long research, like I'm talking 100-day long research, that really does help. But I don't think it's worth starting or changing your civilization for. So to say that he's got some good stats is correct. The hospital capacity could be nice as well. But really, early game or really any time during Rise of Kingdoms, I don't think you should use Korea. I don't suggest using it. There are a lot better civilizations. Especially early game archers aren't very good. They're hard to use unless you're a whale and you can expertise El Cid and YSG early on. Archers do not have the best commanders. So I would not switch to Korea. But let's talk about his skills. Now, his skills are pretty decent. I am on my main account because that is where I have him at level 60. I don't think I have him level 60 anywhere else. That is how much I do not think Eulji is usable or worthwhile. I've expertised every commander, epic commander, and pretty much all the legendary commanders I've expertised to level 60 just because I have so many experience tomes. But here we go. So the first skill does a decent amount of skill damage, not a lot, but I think the best part about it is the 30% damage reduction or defense reduction for 2 seconds. It's good if you put somebody like Sun Tzu behind Eulji. However, it's only working on the play or the march you're targeting, so it's not even working for all the marches you hit with Sun Tzu's AoE. So it's good if you're trying to get rid of one march, but really for what field fighting is these days, you need to do AoE damage to get positive trades. Again, like I said in yesterday's Sun Tzu video, garrison skills on epic commanders are really not meant for anything. Don't use them as garrisons. If you're using epic commanders for a garrison, it should be for Shadow Legion. If you're taking rallies from enemies, you better have legendary commanders in there. Early KVK would be Charles Martel and Sun Tzu, or Charles Martel YSG would of course be better than that, but YSG takes a while to get. His third skill isn't bad. You're increasing 15% attack, which is good early game, and 15% increased defense, which is also not bad. But again, it just lacks something. Like health would have been better, but defense will take it. This skill, when attacked, Eulji has a 10% chance to increase his own troops' damage by 100% on the next turn. Now that can be very strong. However, it's for one turn. So yes, it's great. It's a 10% chance it might line up with a skill, which would be awesome. However, it's 1 second. So you might get some decent trades from it, but it's only on the one troop you're attacking or one march you're attacking. So I don't know. I don't think it's that fantastic. It's a nice damage bonus, but it doesn't give him enough to make him worthwhile, especially in early game. The expertise we already went over. This is his boosted skill once you get the expertise. Normally it's only 10% attack and 10% defense, which is pretty low in my opinion. But he's okay. He's okay. I will talk about his talent tree. We'll build one now. I don't even know what it is. This isn't actually terrible. This would actually make him strong and fast. What he's missing is armored joints. So what I might do if I was doing this for field, I would 100% go into full infantry. I missed one there. We got strong of bodies, an absolute must for that health. You're going to want the defense. You're going to want this health. Now what you can leave is fleet of foot. And what that'll get you, obviously you want to go to effortless. It's very strong. You absolutely need it. Fantastic. You can get the rage while you're on your way out there, and that's something Eulji lacks, which is why Sun Tzu as a secondary is not bad. You are getting that extra little bit of rage for one skill turn, but I don't know. He still lacks a lot of rage. So that's one downfall as well. If he had the skill or support tree, it'd be way better. But there you go. That is all the talent points. This is what I would run if I was using Eulji as a primary commander in open field. Only place for him. Secondary would be Sun Tzu. You could do Bjorn behind him as well. You could do a bunch of commanders behind him, even Charles Martel to make him a bit tankier, because leveling Charles to 60 early Rise of Kingdoms as a new player is very difficult to get the stars. So you could run it like that, and he would be a bit of a tank slash nuke. But I really don't think he's worth investing in. So I'm showing you what I would do if you are a player who already invested in Eulji. You can make it work, but I don't think it's fantastic. If you have Eulji and you're thinking about working Sun Tzu, 100% do that. You can run Sun Tzu as a secondary while you level him up. But again, if you're field fighting, all your commanders you're using as a primary should be level 60 or at least 6-star for those extra talent trees. Now, equipment. Equipment, showing this on this account is a little rough because I have a lot of really good infantry equipment. You're going to want to do Windswept. So you're going to do the full set of Windswept. And I'm not going to switch it over because I can't even do that because he's not in my city. But I would do the chest piece, the helm piece. If you're lucky, grab the Cess Brutality, early kingdom. You definitely want to use Windswept though if you can't get that. Oh, don't switch that. Windswept boots as well. You'd want to use that. Or the better choice, in my opinion, is, where are we here? And of course, I'm going to forget the name. We can always edit this if I absolutely have to. But we go into here, right there. Scarlet Hounds. At Specialized, it's 5.5% health, which is huge. That's definitely what you want to run on him. And then after that, we'll go back to Eulji here. We talked about the helm, the chest, the gloves, the boots, the pants. Obviously, your best bet's going to be Kerouac's Humility, but there is also blue pants, and there's also green pants as well that do attack, which isn't too bad. And then Gatekeeper Shield is an absolute must. Now, there are different options. If you are early KVK or early player, you could use the Blessed Blade. It gives infantry health. It's very cheap to craft. Doesn't cost as much gold. You can specialize it very easily. So that's definitely an option. And for pants, like I was talking about, Sentry Breeches is best, but Ranger's Trousers, also very good. And you can specialize it quickly. And you say, well, what do you mean you can specialize it quickly? Well, going to the VIP shop, you can buy these every week. You can get 30 of them for resources. I think it's just food. And you can also get 15 of these every Monday after the reset. You can do that every week, and then that's how you're going to specialize them over time, or just even unlock them really, and hopefully you get lucky with specialization. As for what you're going to have, if you're talking early kingdom, you're not even going to have Call of the Loyal. That's on KVK Season 1. You're really not going to have any accessories unless you get, Savage Totem or the Bone Necklace. I don't even have that crafted because I don't think it's worth the bones. Delaney's Amulet, something you could get. Silent Trial, something you can get before KVK. But it's a lot of material to craft to get these accessories, I think you should go for the equipment and specializing it first. But there you go. That's Eulji. Now, if you've already worked him, you can make him work. If you are looking at this and you're just starting off and you're thinking which infantry commander to work, I would avoid Eulji. Some people will disagree and say his primary skills really strong and even his force skills really strong. There could be arguments for that. I just think he really lacks AoE, and when you're talking about having the option of Bjorn or Sun Tzu, I think it's a no-brainer to go for either of those commanders before going for Eulji. That's just my opinion. We'll go over Bjorn in the next video. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know what you think. Hopefully you haven't worked him already, and if you're starting a new account, you should avoid him. But there you go, guys. There's Eulji in a nutshell. I hope you enjoyed that. Don't use him as a garrison. Until next time, have a good one. Later.